Hello everyone, welcome to Premier Math. Today we are going to discuss some important math problems on percentage based on previous year questions. We will be solving these questions using speed matrix. So let's start our session. Our first question is, Mr. Amar spends 50% of his monthly income on household items, and out of the remaining, he spends 25% on traveling, 30% on entertainment, 15% on shopping, and remaining amount of rupees 900 is saved. What is Mr. Amar's monthly income? Here, Amar spent 50% on household items, and on the remaining 50%, he spends 25% on traveling, 30% on entertainment, 15% on shopping, and 900 rupees out of this 50% he saved. If you look at this in terms of percentage, 100% is the monthly income, and out of 100%, 50% he already spends for household items, and for the remaining 50%, 70% he spends for other expenditure, that is traveling plus entertain plus shopping. 25 plus 30 plus 15 is 70%. So 70% he spends for other expenditure, and the remaining 30% is the savings here. That means 30% of 50% is 900 here. 900 rupees out of 50% he saved. So 30% of 50%. So 30% of 50% is the savings here. That is 900 rupees. 50% of 30% is 900. That is 50% of 30% is the savings here. So it can be written as 50% as half. Then half of 30 is 15%. So 15% is 900, means 100% is 900 divided by 15 into 100, which is equal to 15 goes 6 times in 90. So 6,000 is the monthly income here. If 15% is 900, then 100% is the total income. 100% is 6,000 rupees. So income is 6,000 rupees. Option A is your answer. In a test consisting of 80 questions carrying 1 mark each, Ankita answers 65% of the first 40 questions correctly. What percentage of other 40 questions does she need to answer correctly to score 80% on the entire test? Here total questions is 80 and she need to score 80% on entire score. That means she need to correct 80% of 80 questions, which is equal to 64, because 80 by 100 into 80 is equal to 64. Now, she already answered 65% of the first 40 questions correctly. That means she corrected 65% of the first 40 questions. Here 100% of 40 is 40 and 10% is 4. Then 60% is 6 into 4, 24, and 5% is 2. So 65% of 40 is 26. Or you can do 65 by 100 into 40. So which is equal to 26. Now we have to find what percentage of other 40 questions does she need to answer correctly to score 80%. So to score 80%, she need to correct 64 questions. She already corrected 26 questions. So the remaining questions she need to correct is 64 minus 26, which is equal to 38. So 38 out of 40 questions she need to correct in order to get 80% on the entire test, which is equal to 4 9s are 36, 4 5s are 20. So option C is your answer. 95% is the right answer here, because she need to correct 38 out of 40 questions in order to get 80% on entire test. In a class of 60 students and 5 teachers, each student got sweets that are 20% of total number of students and each teacher got sweets that are 30% of total number of students. How many sweets were there? There are 60 students and 5 teachers. Now, each student got 20% of total number of students. Total number of students is 60. So, which is equal to, here 10% of 60 is equal to 6. Then 20% is equal to 12. That means one student got 12 sweets. Then 60 students got 60 into 12, which is equal to 720. And each teacher got 30% of total number of students is 60. Here 10% of 60 is 6. Then 30% is 3 into 6, 18. So each teacher got 18 sweets. Then 5 teacher got 5 into 18, which is equal to 90. So total number of sweets is equal to 810. 720 plus 90. So option C is your answer. In a college election fought between two candidates, one candidate got 55% of the total valid votes. 15% of the votes were invalid. If the total votes were 15,200, what is the number of valid votes the other candidate got? Here, one candidate got 55% of the valid vote. Then other candidate must got 45% of the valid vote. Here valid votes are 100 minus 15 because 15% of the votes were invalid. That means valid votes are 100 minus 15, that is 85%. So 85% of total votes are 15,200. That means valid votes are 85% of 15,200. Here percentage and 20 cancel. That means 85 into 152 is the total number of valid votes. And here one candidate got 55% of the total valid votes. Then we must find what is the number of valid votes the other candidate got. That is, other candidate got 45% of total valid votes. Here total valid votes 85 into 152, which is equal to 5 20s are 100, 5 17s are 85. Now 4 into 5 20, 4 into 38 152. Now 5 9s are 45. Now 9 into 70, 9 7s are 63. 9 into 1 plus 6 is 15. Into remaining is 38. Now 3 into 3 9s, 3 into 5 15, 3 into 1 plus 1 4, 0 plus 8 into 3 24, 2 carry over, 8 into 5 40 plus 2 42, 4 carry over, 8 into 1 8 plus 4 12. So which is equal to 4, 9 plus 2 11, 5 plus 2 plus 1 8, 4 plus 1 5. So 5814. Option D is your answer. Actually 38 30 plus 8 and 30 into 153 is 4590 and 8 into 153 is 1224. So do that way. On a test consisting of 250 questions, John answered 40% of the first 125 questions correctly. What percentage of other 125 questions does he need to answer correctly for his grade on the entire exam to be 60%? Here, he need to get 60% on the entire test. That means 60% of 250 questions he need to correct to get 60% on entire test. Here 10% of 250 is 25. That means 60% is 6 into 25, which is equal to 150. So he need to correct 150 questions out of 250 to get 60% on the entire test. And he already corrected 40% of first 125 questions. So corrected questions are 40% of first 125 questions, which is equal to here 10% of 125 is equal to 12.5. Then 40% is 4 into 12.5, which is equal to 50. That means he already corrected 50 questions out of 125 questions. Then remaining questions he need to correct is 150 minus 50, which is equal to 100. So 100 more questions out of 125 questions, remaining 125 questions he need to correct to get 60% on entire test. That means John need 100 out of remaining 125 questions to get 60% mark on entire test. So which percentage is equal to 25 into 5, 125, 25 into 4, 100, 5 into 20, 100. So 80% questions he need to correct on the remaining part to get 60%. So option B is your answer.